All right. Yes, 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 yes. Boydand, yes, it is day 11. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? Welcome, everybody. I hope everybody's doing amazing. Let's just go live here and let's go live here too. It's kind of, I'm outside, so there's a lot of glare on my screen here. How are you doing, beautiful people? I hope no matter where you are on this gorgeous planet, whatever you're doing, you're having fun and you're just staying true to your own mission and to your own plans, goals, family, to your own financial plans, to your own wealth, time freedom plans. I hope you're strategizing. I hope you're taking action. Today is Saturday. For me, at least, every day is a beautiful day where I get to create, to show up, and to turn my ideas and turn my intentions into action. I hope you're doing the same thing. This is the Daily Growth Clinic. We launched today with a delay because I was really trying to kick up the quality of this broadcast to the next level, yet I was not able to do that using a different program and technical difficulties. There's a lot of glitches with this current model of broadcast, yet we are trying to fix it every day, and I promise it's going to only get better. That's not the point. The point is I'm here to serve. I'm here to give you strategies. I'm here to share tools with you that have helped just millions of people turn their dreams into reality and turn their time and energy and effort into billions. And this is what my job is. We are here to do free community business, money, growth consulting. If you have any questions, our phone number is rolling above. Feel free to message us and join us so that we would be able to answer any specific questions you have, whether it is that you have a business or whether you actually like to create the leap and the breakthrough at your current job, career, and go up the corporate chain of command, the ladder, whatever it is that you want to actually achieve. Let's do it faster. Let's do it more efficiently. That is the entire idea behind these daily growth clinics. Because it is never possible to do things on your own. If you look at history, any human that has ever done anything considerable and worthwhile has done it with others, and they have done it together. They've done it in collaboration with each other, and that's why we're here. Literally, we are here to serve, and we are here to make sure that you are looked after, because a lot of the times, personally speaking, when I was going through my own struggles in life, so many times I felt like I was alone, and I felt like there was no help. There was nobody that was understanding me. I felt like I wanted to do things differently, yet I felt powerless because I didn't know what I should be doing. I didn't know how I should do it. And it took me a lot of time. What's happening, Stefan, Jordan, and Chicken123? Jesus loves you. Yes, that's right. Jesus does love everybody. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. We are here to make sure that we are looked after as a community. We are here to make sure I'm not selling you nothing here but your own dream. I'm selling you your own success. I'm here to make sure I advocate for you so that you take action on whatever it is that you want to today, right now, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next year, right now. I love this famous saying, when is today a good time to take action? When is today a good time to take action? Repeat that to yourself and keep on taking those actions consistently, because that's how you end up actually triumphing. See, the thing is, as I always keep on saying, many of us actually go in contemplative states and go into fear by focusing on what is not available to us, what is not right. And then because of that, we don't take action We don't take literally action, and we just go into distraction mode. The thing is, every time you go into your distraction mode, you become ineffective because you just disempowered yourself due to fear of potentially making the wrong move and getting hurt, where in fact the process of growth, the process of wealth gathering, the process of freedom is never a process that comes pain-free. So get used to the idea that things are not supposed to be pain-free. I don't know who told us that. See, the pursuit of happiness is a pursuit of disappointment. I just want to be very honest with you. Who told you you should always be happy? That is absolutely not. How is it possible for everybody to be happy at all times? That is not further from the truth. You don't find a single person on this planet who's always happy. They would be just completely out of their own mind. Yes, you would. You maybe actually find them. You would probably find them in like Himalayas, in the mountains, just meditating and just not giving a single F about anything and just sitting, meditating all day, absolutely blissed out. That's how you become happy. If that's your path, then that's fine. Maybe go there. You got to do 10 years of dealing with your internal shadows and inner conflict to actually even get there. That's not my job here. I'm here to support you on actually becoming stronger, more resilient to take pain. You know, like it's funny how the chicken 123 said Jesus loves you. That's funny because Jesus was literally the meaning. If you're a Christian or if you're not, you want to study great teachers of humanity. When he says, when you get smacked in the face, turn your face around and take the other one, he doesn't mean it like literally. He just means like, don't fear pain. Understand that pain is a part of growth. I remember when I was growing up, when I was a teenager, there is a point that we all, like, the hormones are kicking in and we're growing rapidly and we're not even understanding what is happening to my body. Why am I just like in pain? Why is every joint and muscle in my body stretching so fast? And the funny thing is, I would feel like my joints were under pain, yet it didn't stop me from the process of growing into who I needed to be. So my friend, number one lesson of today that I want to share with you that comes from just thousands of years of wisdom is that pain is inevitable, suffering is a choice. You cannot avoid pain at the expense of, in exchange for comfort and say, I still want to grow. It cannot happen. If you want to grow, you got to embrace pain. You got to look at it as just a stepping stone that I need to step on to be able to get myself to the next level. And I'm going to be very honest with you. If you could show me one person on this planet that has gone to heights that nobody else has, that have achieved things nobody else have achieved, whether in terms of wealth, whether in terms of relationship, social status, health, I don't know if I said that yet, but wealth, any of these, if you show me one person, I will give you whatever it is that you want. Make it a challenge. Go find one person, bring him to me that says, I did not experience pain, I did not fail, and I was just going boom, 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 boom. Everything was amazing. Everything was airy, as the island people like to say. Everything was beautiful. You will not be able to do that. Believe me, you won't be able to do that. Because everybody who is telling you that is selling you snake oil. And I'm here to tell you the truth, my friend. Growth will cost time, energy, blood, sweat, tears, and it's worth it. And it's worth it when you go in expecting it. Why are our most elite athletes always just pushing through and going to the gym and doing the unbelievable things and fits just to actually get that sensation that I'm growing within my own body, within my capabilities? And that's the athletes. Like, look at the business people, the acumen that it takes, the emotional mastery that it takes for you to be able to lose everything you've won. The funny thing is, you will not become a millionaire until you were able to handle the loss of hundreds of thousands. And that's the truth. That is why when people statistically win lottery, 60% of the people that were just living their normal day-to-day life prior will end up actually going bankrupt. And yes, I just want to make sure that we are live and we're on. If any of you have a question, please text the phone number above. That's our number. We're going to give you the link to participate in this live session with us. We can talk about your business. We talk about how to grow in health. We could talk about how to grow in wealth. We could talk about how to grow at your job currently. The thing is, take this action. Don't sit down and contemplate. I don't know what is holding you from taking that massive action, because it's all about taking massive actions. Life is all about taking that massive action, to take the risk, to leave yourself vulnerable. See, the thing is, I talked about this in one of our videos, I think it was day 2 or 3. The biggest breakthrough for humanity came the moment that our Neanderthal forefathers, 2, 3 of them, decided in one moment of faith that we should actually take our belongings and go explore beyond our current territories of comfort and safety. That risk is what allowed them to be able to get into migratory patterns. And when they realized that patterns of seasons and patterns of it's warm and nice and spring weather here, but then we could also travel for 1 month and go somewhere else when it actually gets cold here and enjoy the warm weather there, that's when we started actually exponentially growing the population. That's when we started finding new fertile grounds on which we were able to build, to do farming, and to build communities and grow rapidly by creating security for us to be able to exponentially grow. See, the thing is, on that path, on that journey, many lives have been lost. Many lives were lost. Nobody said, I'm not going to take the journey, I'm not going to migrate, I'm going to stay behind and just freeze my ass. People take the leap of faith. And this is very important. Let's actually talk about faith. Everybody says, faith, faith, faith. What is faith? See, faith is the opposite of fear, okay? And the only difference between the two of them, it's not about religious beliefs. It's not about God above. Faith and fear are the same, are the different sides of the paper, different sides of the coin. Fear is imagination uncontrolled, whereas faith is imagination controlled. That is the biggest lesson I learned in my life when it came to consulting, because then I realized every time I'm being fearful, it just means that I'm not in control of my imaginations and they're going wild on their own because I have lost that ability to manage my thoughts, to manage my emotions, versus every time I have faith, it is only because I'm able to manage my own thoughts and manage my own expectations. Okay? And this is another one I want to share with you today. Any of these alone can change your life altogether. But let me share something else that's been just absolutely valuable for me. Everybody's chasing happiness, right? Everybody wants happiness. Okay, no problem. You want happiness? Let's get you happiness. Do you know what the formula to happiness is? What is the formula? There's a formula for everything. What is the formula to happiness? If you figure this out, which is the easiest thing, your life will change in an instant, anytime, anywhere. I'll teach you this and use it for yourself. Teach everybody else around you and use it. Don't just make it a memory and hold it in your brain. The formula for happiness is to trade your expectations with gratitude. And no, I don't mean gratitude in terms of praying, thank you God, thank you God. No, that's not it. That's a different thing. Gratitude means to focus on what is available to me versus what is not, which is expectation. My friend, this is the easiest formula in life. And I was one of the people who always got turned off the moment I heard the words gratitude or faith before. Because I was actually born in a country in Middle East where I was born into a religion I did not choose, I did not sign up for, and it was forced and shoved down our throat. We had to adhere to things that were literally destructive in terms of thought. So I was so turned off by any word that even resemble faith and gratitude. But I'll tell you this, Alan Watts has this book. It's this crazy book. It's called, oh Jesus, the name is not coming to me right now. It's going to come to me. I'm going to tell you the name. But the point of it is, Alan Watts, one of the biggest think tanks of our time, says that one of the worst atrocities done to humanity is the idea that gratitude was turned into a religious ceremony. That is one of the biggest atrocities done to humanity. That is number one. And number two is the fact that organized religions came and separated the creator from the creation. That separation brings anxiety to us. Now, even though religions, through organized systems and institutions, have been trying to tell us that through connection to the creator, we find peace and happiness, that is probably the furthest thing from the truth, because there is no creator and creation. Quantum science, quantum physics now understands, after 7,000 years, where the yogic sciences first figured this out and discussed this. Now today, quantum physics is understanding that everything in existence comes from one thing and turns into a vibrational resonance that we call reality. So I want you to understand this. If you just lost me, that's not a hard thing what I just said. Everything comes from the same thing. They call it the quantum fluctuation vacuum. You want to call it quantum fluctuation vacuum, you want to call it God, you want to call it Spirit, you want to call it Allah, you want to call it Yahweh, whatever you want to call it, everything comes from that same thing as a vibrational frequency that we experience by focusing our attention to it. Schrodinger actually did this and showed it in his experiments about 100 years ago. None of these things are new findings. It's just that what we as humans are often experiencing is a concept called the fallacy of composition. So the fallacy of composition stipulates that because we don't have access to every piece of information that we are surrounded with, that is available, we only have at best access to little knowledge here and there, and that prevents us from understanding the full picture. It is as if I give you a little piece of the puzzle of a 2,000 piece puzzle. Will you understand what the 2,000 piece puzzle look like, or will end up looking like? Not until I show you the blueprint, and then you go, oh, okay, I could put this piece as the corner and then start building from there. The truth of it is, we all have to live day by day knowing that we don't have access to every bit of information. At best case scenario, our access is only to the information provided to us through our upbringing, through our institutions in schools, and through the work system, society, the media. And by the way, what is media trying to feed us in terms of information? Just garbage. Garbage. Literally garbage. And why do we get fed garbage? It's because we are trying to escape our pain and discomfort within ourselves, that I'm not happy with who I am. I'm not happy with the actions I'm taking. I'm not content with the way my life is. Therefore, the easiest way for me to actually be able to get a dope a dopamine rush, a shot of pleasure instantly, is to just go and find some cat video or cute baby picture or some fail video of somebody going head into a wall, because that will at least give me an instant satisfaction versus that delayed gratification, which is the process of actually earning your fulfillment and your success. Okay? So do not trade delayed gratification for instant satisfaction. Every time you do that, you become weaker. Every time you do that, every time you just go to a quick fix to get what it is that you want, you are setting yourself back, because your own mind will start taking your anecdotal historical experiences of always choosing the easy way out instead of doing the real thing, doing the necessary thing. And your mind will now put you at a place where the next time you want to actually commit to something that is going to serve you, your mind is going to be like, see, every time we wanted to do this, we didn't go through with it. That is the absolute truth of reality. That is why we go in patterns and in circles, and we're not able to experience what it is that we desire. See, success builds upon success. That is why every time we fail ourselves, see, the thing is, you could distract yourself as much as you want. The only body you cannot lie to is yourself. You cannot lie to yourself that what I just did, which is 2 hours of mindless scrolling, is very beneficial to me, even when that information is educational. How many times have you spent time on your social media? Mitten says, I'm pretty weak. Don't say that. Don't say that, Mittens. I don't want you to hear that from yourself. You should not use these words. Be very, very careful when you want to use words. These words, guys, by the way, I want to just share something about words with you. This is so important. Words are vibrational frequencies that we use to actually communicate. The reason that words sound the way they do is because of how we use the breath that comes out of our lungs, goes through the vocal cords here, the voice box, and with our mouth and with our tongue, we change the way, the shape of the audio that we emit out. There are actually there's a science for studying waveforms, and I think it's called seismic, something like this. Don't quote me on it. But there is a science of studying vocal pattern and sound. We know scientifically every word has a specific vibrational frequency. We could measure it. We could measure them in frequencies, in hertz. We could measure them in so many different ways. As a matter of fact, we could measure the frequency of voices made by all of nature. We could measure the frequencies of birds, of dolphins. Every animal creates their own frequencies to communicate with one another. I want to talk to you about this. Stay with me. This is probably very, 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 very life-changing for anybody who's hearing this for the first time. Any word that you utter has a vibrational frequency. And that's why we call, when in English you want to go letter by letter and tell what the word is consisted of, what do we call that? Act. We call it spelling. Spelling is literally used because when you are uttering words, you're creating vibrational resonance into the quantum field that is now going to be matched by the field, and that is literally how we end up telling ourselves who we are. And any word we use to spell after I am becomes our identity. And the strongest force within any human is this the force, the willingness, the wanting to stay consistent with our identity that we identify with. Does that make sense? See, that means when you say I am weak, your brain is going to just have no choice but to say, yes, I am. Then the next time you want to take an action, your brain is going to be like, no, we're weak. Why are we even trying? When you say I'm broke, your brain's going to say, yes, I am. I just said I heard I am broke from my own mouth. When you say I'm healthy versus I am not, your brain has to understand what you're saying coming through your mouth. That is why what comes out of your mouth, you should be guarding with every ounce of energy that you have within you. You cannot allow your words to put spells on yourself and those around you. Understand how powerful your words are. With one word, you could make somebody's day. With one word, you could ruin somebody's day. And those words are what we are constantly using upon ourselves on a minute-to-minute basis, internally within our mind first, and then we actually vocalize them. True story. Think about it. How many times you're telling yourself stories of everything you're not capable of doing? How many times you're actually disempowering yourself? How many words are you using to describe yourself as this powerful, mighty being that can achieve whatever it is that they desire? How many times do you use words such as, I can't, I won't, I don't, I'm too weak, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too broke, I'm too tired? This is critical for you to understand. Please get this. Please understand what I'm telling you. If you take nothing else from any other human on this planet, take this one thing. It is that your words hold the absolute power on you. And by the way, I learned about this through a book that completely changed my life. I was dealing with 4 years of bad depression, just mad depression. Sometimes just staring at a wall for hours, just tears coming down my face, had no idea why. I didn't even know what to do with it. I didn't know why I was there. Until I was about to go on medication. And a friend of mine came into my life who's very near and dear. And he said that a book changed his life, and he suggested to me to read it. And I was like, you know what? If it changed your life, why not? I'll give it a shot. What is the name of the book? And he said the name of it is The 4 Agreements by a neurosurgeon called Don Miguel Ruiz. He is a Toltec. And wow, that book absolutely changed my life. Go listen to the man talk on YouTube. It's free. I'm not trying to sell you. The book is not my book. I'm not trying to sell you anything here. Please. Ouch, I just bit my own tongue. Please understand, whatever it is that you need to do, take action and empower yourself with your words. Do not use words that disempower you, and do not use words that disempower those around you, because anytime we try to bring somebody down who's around us, by default, the utterance of the words that have the negative resonance and vibrations of fear, lack, will first affect us because it's coming out of our own mouth. It's going into our own ear before it hits anybody else. See, I don't want to get into the psychology and the neurolinguistic programming science of why do we feel the way we feel, because in short, any experience we have in reality is just a reflection of how we are feeling within ourselves. So if you see somebody being not pleasant, what you're seeing is just a reflection of a part within yourself that you identify as not pleasant. You understand what I just said? That is why you see somebody in any circle that they are totally fine with everybody else, yet you may not actually feel attracted towards them. You may actually, as a matter of fact, feel like you want to stay away from them. Do you know why? Because they are within themselves, reminding you of a part of you, of a part within yourself that you're holding on to that is not pleasant to you. There's nothing wrong with that person. That person always has friends. That person is always having success in their own life. Then why is it that you are not liking them? It's literally because, and by the way, this shows up in all sorts of isms: sexism, racism, ageism. By the way, ageism is a massive thing. Almost all humans deal with ageism. I'm either too old or I'm either too young. How many people say that? So many. So many. So today, we're going to actually go and focus on some answers. I love always talking about a little bit of psychological concepts that will allow us to actually step into who we need to be for ourselves in order for us to be able to build upon that financial success, that business success first. Because as I keep on repeating, success has a formula that is success basically equals 20% strategies and tools, which we talked about a lot during these events, and that's our main job as consultants, as breakthrough consultants, to go and provide to our clients. Yet, the biggest part, 80% of success, is the psychology, the modalities and submodalities of the subconscious mind that are driving our behaviors, our decisions, feelings, and thoughts on a second to second, millisecond to millisecond basis, which we're not even aware of. So that's why I always like to get into these conversations initially, to kind of warm us up to the idea that success is really not this big thing that is really hard to achieve. Success is literally this state of mind. Can I actually bring myself to a place where I could appreciate, I could be grateful for what I have, versus to focus and have expectations on what I don't? Massive difference. Massive difference. It's a difference literally between being able to fulfill your dreams and the difference between staying in a state of just being broke in every sense of the matter. So let's go to some of the questions that we have received today and yesterday from our live viewers. For some reason, despite the fact that these consultation sessions have a price tag of $555 per hour, many of you are very hesitant to take that massive action to show up and come live and join the conversation, which is a fear. I don't know what kind of fear you're dealing with. There is like, nobody's gonna hurt you here. There's just a lovely, friendly conversation here where my goal is to help and serve you. But that's why I keep on showing up for you. That's why I want to keep on encouraging you. Show up, ask your questions, use your resources. This is the God-given resource that's being just put on your path. Show up and use it. So regardless, let's take some questions. Questions. So this is, I want to automate. Thank you, Lane. Maybe a good opportunity for me before I go into questions to drink some water while this goes. Okay, this question is nice. I want to automate parts of my business to save time, but I worry it will impact the customer experience. What's the right way to implement automation? Wait, I think I answered this yesterday, but that's a fear. Do you see what I was just saying? Yes, I think I did answer this because I remember this exact conversation from yesterday. That is a fear. That is the part of his imagination that is not being controlled due to lack of access to proper information. Don't go Don't go, yeah, that's Michael actually. Yes, I did answer this, but we have new viewers with us today. Don't go into the fear and say, the thing is, you already know you need to automate because you're so caught up in your business, in your day-to-day life, that you don't have time to do what is necessary to scale and grow. Yet you think if you automate, your customers are gonna not be happy. That is not. That is. It could not be further from the truth. Studies show that actually with automation, specifically now, artificial intelligence automations that are available to all businesses and to individuals, you can actually increase multiple fold your client satisfaction and retention. So don't give in to fear. Okay, since I talked about this yesterday, we're not going to go into it further. I feel like there aren't enough hours in a day to handle everything. Oh yeah, we talked about this too. Why are these questions? I gotta get rid of the ones that we already talked about. You have hours. You have enough hours. Don't ever think you don't. Again, when you think you don't have enough hours, that means you're focusing on what you don't have, which is enough hours, versus what you do have, which is enough hours. Oh man, this is just such a huge shift. I hope one of you just walks away from this, just being able to understand what I just said. Focus on what it is that you have, not what it is that you don't have. So I think we already talked about this too. Scaling means attracting new customers, but I don't want to lose the ones I already have. Oh yeah, that was actually 3 days ago. What? Also, these questions are not all from today and yesterday. Oh, this is a good one. Technology is constantly evolving, and I'm struggling to keep up. What do I... Oh, once again, technology is constantly... This is from Chris. Technology is constantly evolving, and I'm struggling to keep up. How do I future-proof my business while scaling it? Artificial intelligence. Chris, AI is your answer. Future-proof your life today. Future-proof your life today. If you have a business and you don't have AI into your business to help you with scaling, to help you with automations, to help you with client retention, to help you with lead generation, that means what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for a definite hard, maybe slow, but eventually hard failure. The crash is going to come, and it's going to come very soon, within the next 3 to 5 years. I'm not fear-mongering here. I'm just letting you know that any business that is your competitor that does start getting onto artificial intelligence in order to automate their business, in order to future-proof it, in order to be able to bring the processes to just fast forward everything, to automate processes, is going to just demolish the ones that won't. It's like saying a business today that will not use the internet, that will not use a cell phone, where are they going to be placed? Where are they going to be positioned? Where are they going to be? Are they even going to be existent? Can you not have a phone and access to the internet today and do business? I don't know. I don't know of many businesses that are able to do that. Same thing is going to happen. The only thing is there are still probably some that are, but with AI, you only have 3 years at most. And if you're not onboarded with AI, you are not going to have a business functioning. If you have clients and if you want to scale and your clients want better retention, if you want better retention and your clients want better service, because there is no way you could compete with AI's absolute abundance of opportunity. There is no way you're going to be able to compete with AI right now. For example, one of the things that we do offer, by the way, if you want, since Chris, this is one of your questions, I don't know if you're going to be watching this, anytime you're ready, go and text us above and we're going to send you our free AI onboarding guide for businesses on how to actually process and speed up your growth. But it's about $99 value, but you get it for free. So the point is this, right now, we are deploying AI employees to businesses, 3 employees, actually 4 AI employees that work 24/7. Everybody who's listening, watching this, listen to this. You get 4 AI employees for your business working 24/7 for you, and you pay them $500 altogether, all 4 of them. That's $125 per month for 24/7 work. You cannot even hire a virtual assistant in the cheapest possible space on this planet for $125 for full-time hours, which is 1/3 of the 24/7 operational hours. So I want you to understand how fast the world is changing. I want you to understand that AI is not coming for your job. Don't be afraid by it. AI is coming to help you. Whatever job you have, when you learn how to use and utilize AI at your job, you're going to become a beast at it. And you're going to become unstoppable. Our entire ideation here of why are we doing these growth clinics, daily growth clinics? Because my concept, my thought was that there are so many small businesses that are going to go out, because statistically 80 to 90% of businesses go belly up within the first 10 years. And that number is going to actually not only decrease, it will increase as AI comes about. Because mostly small business owners, and small, when I say small, if you have less than 200 employees, you're still small, okay? Don't say, oh, I'm a big business, I'm making millions of dollars. You're still a small business. Don't kid yourself. See, the thing is, small business owners and operators have no time to start thinking outside of the box because they're so lost in the sauce trying to survive. That's why it is the mission of people such as myself to come and be like, yo, bro, your small business is not going to survive if you're not going to take the massive action required today for you to integrate automations and artificial intelligence into your business pipeline. Any business has a pipeline, different pipelines. There is the client acquisition pipelines, there is the onboarding pipelines, there is the fulfillment pipelines, and then there is the retention pipeline. So these are just a few of them. But every business, including massive ones that are Fortune 500s, they're not cocky to say, oh, we are perfect, we have no problems in our business. They are constantly 24/7 trying to optimize and maximize their operations of their pipelines, trying to stop leakage in the pipeline, which is the terminology used in the consulting world. Because every business has leakage in their pipeline. And that leakage is just money leaving your business. So whether you're a business of 1 employee, and that's yourself, or whether you have 200 employees, or whether you have 20,000 employees, your number 1 job as the CEO, as the mind that is operating it all, should be, how do I find opportunities to actually stop the leakage in my pipeline? Which pipeline is the most important one? I don't know. You got to look in your business to see where you have the most amount of leakage. If you don't have a pipeline, that's not very good, because that just means you're not even aware and able to acknowledge that there is a system available that is going to help my business grow so much faster, called pipeline. We literally have pipelines into CRMs. We call them opportunities or pipelines, into CRMs, client relationship management software. And every business has their own pipeline. It's unique to them. There is no one formula that fits all, because every business is unique. Every business has a unique operation. Every business is unique to the owner and to the clients that it's trying to serve. However, every business must have a pipeline. If you don't have one, that means you don't even know. It's like saying as a mechanic, you don't know that an engine exists. How can you by default be a mechanic and not know that when you pop the hood, there's going to be an engine in there? The engine is a closed system that input air and gasoline and then output motion. That's a pipeline. Where you have leakage in that system, in that engine, it starts malfunctioning. Yes? And then you go to a mechanic. Now, can your mechanic tell you, oh, I don't know that there is a closed system called an engine pipeline? No! Then you will not be going to that mechanic, and that person is not going to have a functional business. Well, while we are talking, I need to, since I would like to take a 1 minute breather, I want to share with you something from one of the amazing mentors that, one of the most amazing mentors that I love. And let me just actually share this with you because it's going to be a quick 1 minute video. But these are 3 hacks to make work suck less. This is very important. Why? Because everybody who wants to own their own business has a problem with discipline and with pushing forward and holding themselves accountable, and it's essentially not being productive. So let's just go over a 1 minute video by the one and only, my brother from another mother, Alex Hormozi, on how to stay focused and be more productive. All right, you ready for it? Let's
3 hacks to make life suck less. Hack 1, make it hard to do anything but work. So if you look at my office, I have no windows anywhere and it's really plain. And so the only thing I really have to do is work. Hack number 2, a lot of people spend way too much time on their phone and not working. And so to cut down on my phone time, I put this little setting on there, boom, makes it gray. And so it's supposed to decrease how much you use your phone by 30%, at least it did for me, so you work that much more. Hack number 3, you hear all that? I don't. It's easier to do more when you hear less. And these are
Oh my goodness. I could not even have my coconut water. Yes, thank you, Alex. I don't know if you got that, but that is absolutely, Alex just dropped so many gems. If you are in the world of business, please go and follow Alex too. And do follow us, do subscribe to the channel, do like the video, please. Like, I'm not asking any of you for money or anything. I'm literally just like doing all of this for you. It doesn't hurt you, it doesn't pain you to like do a like or share this with somebody that you know who has a business and wants to grow. It will do them so much good, and it will do you good because you know you felt that you did the right thing. So now with that said, let's go to another question. Oh, there, this is perfect. We used to own a franchise, and my parents did, and I know this hits home very, very close to my heart. This is Nina, and she's saying, I operate a franchise, and while I follow the system, I want to grow faster than the model allows. How do I innovate within the franchise structure? Good point. Good point. There are 2 ways to grow. There are 2 main ways to grow any business that are the easiest to do. The number 1 way to do is, I want to focus on that because that's probably the easiest way, especially for franchises, is to leverage affiliation and collaboration. So if you own a business, any business, but especially a franchise, because franchises are more strict in terms of what you can and cannot do. See, I don't know what kind of a franchise you own. When you're asking your questions, if you're not taking the massive action to step up to the plate and talk to us directly so that we could serve you, at least please do yourself a favor and be a little bit more descriptive about what business you're in, what your specific problem is, so that we could give you better ideas on how to actually do what it is that you want to do. But say, because we were in a franchise of food, say you own a food franchise, or you own a lawn mowing franchise. Doesn't matter. What I want you to do is to understand that affiliation, collaboration is probably one of the easiest ways to grow any business. So what you want to do is you want to be able to speak to your current customers and offer them an incentive that will incentivize them so that they would introduce their friends and they would bring you somebody else. How do you do that? It's really easy, because everybody that comes to you as a repeat customer is already coming to you for a reason. See, a customer comes to you once, a client will keep on coming back. A raving fan will not leave you alone, even if you were to say, I'm going to be leaving this. They're going to be like, no, don't. You're making a big difference. So we're talking about the people that are coming to you as repeat business. Make some business cards. Put the name of your customer on it, of your client on it, and tell them every person that they refer to you with that card, you will give that person a percentage of discount or some extra bonus service if you don't want to cut your profits lower. Because, for example, I know in the food industry, the margin is so small. Like, believe it or not, restaurants, even high-end restaurants, operate at a margin of between 7, 9, best case scenario, 12, sometimes 3, 4%. This is ridiculous. That is why the food industry is one of the hardest industries. I've been in food industry since I was 14, and I own my own bar and my own restaurant at the end of just right before COVID. So I've been from working there, cleaning the floor, mopping the floor and cleaning the toilets, to owning the restaurant of $1.2 million. I want to tell you this, the margin on restaurants is so low, so small, that you don't have oftentimes enough margin to make a discount. However, what you do have a margin on is to give a free cookie on every sandwich. You have the ability to include a free pop or a free drink for whoever brings this card from your client who's already living in your neighborhood, coming to you 3 times a week. And now every time they refer somebody with that card, then you collect those cards and then you give your client a gift next time they're coming. Now they win. They love your food, which is why they're coming back to you, which means now they're going to refer new friends, neighbors to you. They're going to go to their neighbor and they're going to be like, yo, like, you know, you guys going to go eat? Go try this restaurant. I really like their food. And you get a free cookie with my card. And why not? They're going to go try it. It's called like a warm lead, actually. A warm lead is much more likely to convert and become a prospect and a paying customer. At the very least, now you're on their radar. So do things that are not, because with franchises, they're so strict on the models of operation of you're not able to do any advertising without our permission, and then whatever you want to do, you have to submit it to the head office, and it's going to go through this bureaucratic process. Don't wait for those. Business card, this is called loyalty. Loyalty. Not royalty. Loyalty. Customer loyalty card. Stamping, same idea, but different idea. Stamping just makes your customers come back to you instead of going somewhere else. The idea I just discussed with you is going to get them to take a massive action to invite somebody. Now, the bigger your margin is, the bigger you could play around with those loyalties and how to actually structure affiliate programs. Okay, so we got about 5 minutes left. I'm going to go into this. Oh, we have a nonprofit or question. I love nonprofits. Let's see. How can I scale my nonprofit and increase fundraising without straying from core mission? I'm not even going to answer this because I don't know what your nonprofit is. Come on, guys. Do better. Give me more information so we can answer more properly. How do I answer this? I don't know what your core mission is to prevent you from doing things that will increase your fundraising. And I don't know what your organization is trying to achieve. However, again, the most foundational way of increasing revenue, especially for nonprofits, is to be able to reach out to the emotional side of humans that will donate to you. And humans don't donate with logic. Yes, most people that donate know they're going to get a tax receipt, which is going to help them. But which organization to donate to is a big question, because it hinders around which one do I feel more emotionally attached to? Which one do I feel more connected with? It is your number one job and priority to actually make your clients and prospects feel emotional. That is why keep on banging away the emotional messages that you understand that you're providing the solution for. So for example, I had a nonprofit organization that was helping women escape abuse from domestic violence. They needed to raise funds. One of the ways that you could do this, which is what I was consulting with them to do, is to go back to what we call the process of there's so many mental blanks coming to me today. The process of reactivating your lead. Oh no! Oh, holy crap! Oh, we're gonna get sprayed right now. Wait, the water system is starting to work. The automation. No! I'm standing outside and oh god. Okay, don't get the laptop wet. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, that was a complete pattern interrupt. Okay, let me just try to wrap this up. Here you could see the waterworks going behind me. No, you can't because it's blurred out. But the watering system, water irrigation system just started, and I was standing in the middle of the backyard because I love the outdoors. And I just wanted to say this. Many of my the not-profit, what we did for them was we actually got them to make personal outreach plans to reactivate their previous leads and previous donators that have gone silent, that have gone dark. This is what you want to do. Get the women. That's what I told them, and that's what they did. And this increased their fundraising efforts by 47%. Almost 50%. What they did is they got thank you videos from their clients, the women who were actually saved and now today are doing amazing on their own. And saying thank you, you made a huge difference in my life when I was most vulnerable. Those videos were then made for every top donor and was submitted to the top donor saying thank you. I don't know if you know, but you changed my life. And these top donors just came back immediately with checks and with books that were ready to donate. There's always a way. There's always a way. Just stay consistent, take massive action. I need to go because I am not positioned in a place. I'm holding my laptop in my hand and we already hit the 1 hour mark. I love you all. Thank you so much for doing everything that you do. And until another time, which is tomorrow, 11 a.m. 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with another growth clinic. Take care. Be well. Bye.